navigation lights on. Just this one here,
no, because just for nightly navigation.
Oh, sorry, actually. Fuel pump on. Carburetor check off.
So with the fuel pump, we just kind of check that it's on, wait for the fuel pressure to rise, and we just turn it off.
I see.
Start, which is fine.
Okay.
Cool.
Circuit breaker's made.
Yep.
Start clearance if required.
Nope.
Fin beacon on.
So that's just this little one.
Yeah. Start an engine. Mixture rich.
Yep.
Engine prime if cold, 2 to 6.
It's not cold, it's fine, it's confirmed.
Throttle set if open, if hot, ½ inch. Propeller area clear.
Clear prop!
Magneto starter switch.
Yep.
That one, yeah?
Yeah.
Starter warning lights now. Left. Oil pressure. Okay.
Yeah.
Fuel pressure okay. Alternator charging.
Good.
Suction 3 to 5.
Yeah.
Warning lights out.
Yeah.
Radio navigation on, which is.
Okay, so basically just start from the top, and then that little one turns to the right, and that's basically going to be your ADF, if we're using ADB, which we're not, and then your timer. This one's the on one, nav one. Make sure the intercom's up, and then transponder on standby, and this could be a DME.
I see, so bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, just make sure that's on, that's on, that's on. I mean, people turn this on, but you don't fucking need that shit. That's on and that's on. Okay, good.
Transponder's on already.
Yep.
Magnetos check if drop.
Shooting Golf Delta Mike, ready to departure T6.
It's very alright.
Yeah, it's a little bit spluttery, but you should come through in a bit.
Electric trim off, yeah.
Yep.
Flight instruments check, set, altimeter.
So, somebody call ready. Shooting Golf Delta Mike, ready for departure.
So should be just under 21 points.
Golf Delta Mike 26, can line up, take off your discretion, 27012. Take off by discretion, 26, shooting Golf Delta Mike, thank you.
195 right there.
A little bit more there, would. Yeah, about that spot, yeah, good. Okay, cool.
That's it.
Cool, alright, I'll put in the radio call, and then we can taxi off. Okay, you hear me okay?
Yep.
Good, okay. Kemble information, good afternoon, Golf Bravo Bravo X-ray Whiskey with you, requesting the airfield information and a radio check.
Golf Bravo Bravo X-ray Whiskey, good afternoon, straight 5. We are T6 left hand, the QNH is 1013, and if you taxi via Golf and Alpha to Alpha 1, report checks complete.
26 left hand, QNH is 1013, taxi via Golf and Alpha to Alpha 1, call you in, checks complete, Golf X-ray Whiskey, thank you.
Sorry, whereabouts are you going?
We've got 2 persons on board and we're heading out to the west for about an hour's flight, Golf X-ray Whiskey.
Roger.
Okay, so he's given us our QNH of 1013.
Golf Charlie Echo Whiskey,
So we put that in, and then we're all ready to taxi, okay? Now, before taxiing, the best thing to do is always bring the throttle back to idle before you release the parking brake, and then I'll talk you through the rest of the taxi, okay? So, yep.
Golf Juliet Delta, Alpha 1, ready for departure.
Yep. And then we apply a bit of power, and then we can taxi off.
Golf Juliet Delta, line up, 26.
So you need a bit of power to get yourself moving on grass. And then we're going to come down towards the Golf down this way, okay? Good. Now, what we do is when we're clear from aircraft, you just bring the power back to idle, and then you just use your toe brakes to just check that they're working. Okay, and then I'll check my brakes. To my control. Thank you. Okay. My brakes work, you have control. Okay. Good stuff. So that's some of our taxiing checks I'll kind of start to introduce you to, okay?
Where are we going?
So we're going to head down towards this side here and then we're going to swing off down to the left. So you can start kind of coming off to the left, that's fine. Actually we need fuel, don't we? Car Taxi Whiskey, change your plans, can we taxi to the fuel pumps please?
Taxi Whiskey, right turn then, Golf to the fuel.
Right turn and Golf to the fuel, Car Taxi Whiskey. Okay. Completely forgot about that. That would have been a bit bad for Daniel if he had no fuel to go on his flight. Cool. Have you done refueling before?
Information, Golf Bravo, Charlie, jet member overhead,
Okay.
8. Inbound to for Alpha Circuits, request Aero information and request a direct left on domain join for 26.
Golf Juliet November, good afternoon. I have your details. We are 26 left hand, QFE 998 hectopascals. Roger, report entering the zone for a downwind join. One aircraft climbing away and it'll be heading down to the southwest. Correction, southeast.
Runway 26 left, 998 hectopascals. Call your entering the zone and noted Golf Juliet November.
Golf Delta Mike, report leaving Kemble 80 head to the north.
Yeah, so what we do is follow this kind of taxiway. Nice and steady. Always.
We'll go QNH 1.
Good stuff, yeah, the fuel bars is just over there. So you got the kind of the little run-up entrance into it, and we'll go around there, good. And we'll fill it right up, and that'll be fine.
Okay. Can you hear me alright?
Yeah, you're fine, yeah.
Delta Mike, Roger, report changing on route.
Changing on route to Verizon Radar 124275. Thanks so much for your help. Shooting Golf.
So now we start to kind of come
Delta
along
Mike,
a little bit to the
control,
right.
3 kilometre, bye-bye.
That's fine. Yeah, we'll head on to the tarmac kind of about there then, perfect. And where we go. And then we enter just here following that yellow line all around, okay?
Yep.
Good stuff. Okay. Can you see just next to the fuel bars there's that kind of like black and silver kind of ticket booth?
Yep.
We kind of stop when the wings are about level with that, okay? Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. Right, do you mind if I just do the shutdown check very quickly? That'll be fine. Okay, so we just slow up a little bit, let's see where he's going to turn. Right, if I have control just for a second, my control. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Alright, if you want to grab the checklist, we'll do the power checks.
Temperatures and pressures.
All in the green.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuel selector set to the fullest. Left.
We're full, we'll keep it on the left for the moment, yeah.
Carburetor check and off.
Set 2000 RPM first. So throttle,
Sorry.
2000 RPM, that's fine. That's good.
Carburetor heat.
Yeah.
Check and off.
Good stuff.
Magnetos check.
Good.
Alternator maximum 48 amps. Suction's fine. Throttle idle. Okay.
Yep, fine.
Pre-takeoff. Trimmer's neutral.
Yep.
''Electric trim off.
Yep.
Throttle friction set. Just
Yeah, that's
Blue
fine. Yeah.
information, good afternoon
fuel
from
pump on.
Helicopter Golf Charlie India Lima uniform.
Mixture rich, which is
Golf Charlie India Lima
carburetor
uniform, Kemble
off.
information, you're straight 5, pass your message.
Autopilot, which is
From
off.
Golf Charlie India Lima uniform. Capri helicopter on the
locked.
Golf apron with 2 POB.
Fuel selector
Just wish
left,
to
we've done.
stay in the circuit and
Flaps
reposition to
as
the
required.
southern
We'll go one stage of flap.
Charlie India Lima uniform, roger, we'll be choosing 26 left hand.
Engine
The
instruments checking the
QFE
green.
is 998.
Warning lights out, yeah.
That is approved, sir. Give me a call ready for
Seatbelts and shoulder straps
reposition.
secure.
Yep.
26
Cabin door closed
QFE
and latch.
998
Window.
hectopascals. We'll go helicopter Golf Charlie India Lima uniform.
Flying controls full and free movement.
ready for departure. Golf X-ray Charlie, roger.
Flight
One line up
instruments
26.
check. Which
Yeah.
is 25, yeah, just 20.
Yeah, that's about 26 on that. That's fine. I'll leave it as it is. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
Port final, touch and go.
Air traffic control.
Okay, so what we'll do is if you just take the parking brake off and spin us around a little bit, and we'll go towards Alpha 1 and then we'll call ready for departure in a minute. So you can get rid of that, we don't need that for now.
Golf X-ray Charlie, runway 2624.015, take off your discretion. Take off Golf X-ray Charlie.
Yeah, use a bit of left brake. See if you just tap the top of it, like if you've got full rudder, you put a bit of pressure on the top, and that uses the brake, and that will just send you around a lot quicker in the direction that you want to go. Yes, I mean you just have your feet on the rudders as normal, but you just apply some pressure on the top, and that will help you kind of turn around, and that's fine. Okay. Golf X-ray Whiskey holding Alpha 1 ready for departure.
X-ray Whiskey Alpha 1, line up 26.
Line up 26, Golf X-ray Whiskey. Okay, so we confirm everything's on, we'll get the landing light on. Nice and clear on the final approach. There was an aircraft taking off, which I can't see him, which is fine. So, during the takeoff roll, it looks like the wind's kind of straight down the runway.
Yep.
So all we're looking to do is just kind of keep the ailerons straight, and we're just using small rudder pressure.
X-ray Charlie, runway 2624.014, take off your discretion.
Take off my discretion, Golf X-ray Whiskey, runway 26 left. Okay, so we want to make sure that we're going to need right rudder during the takeoff roll, so if you just let me have control for a second. Best thing to do is have yourself nicely lined up on the runway, okay?
Yeah.
So we're dead on the centre line. Now, what we're going to do is, as the speed increases, we're just going to increase the back pressure on the ailerons. The wind's pretty much straight down the runway, and we're just going to increase the power as we go, and using the rudder, just keep us nice and straight. So when you're ready, you have control. Okay, and let's go.
And what time, what speed?
Sorry, at about 75 to 80 is when we're going to be airborne, but you're going to feel the aircraft starting to lift. As you feel it start to lift, just increase slowly the back pressure, okay?
Okay.
And I'll tell you when to start squeezing back on the control column, okay?
And full throttle?
Yeah, nice and slowly all the way up to full throttle. So a bit of right rudder to keep it straight. That's it. Okay. So yeah. Yeah, then slowly start to bring back on the control column, that's it. Not too much.
Golf X-ray Charlie, Kemble.
Go ahead, Golf X-ray.
So where are you at back to Gloucester?
And slowly start to pull back a little bit more. Bit more right rudder, and then we're airborne, and we're good. Perfect. Very nice.
November, touch and go discretion, 26013.
Captain November.
And then again, we want to climb away at about 80 knots, 85 knots, miles an hour, sorry.
80 miles an hour?
About 80 miles an hour, 85, yeah.
That thing is deceiving.
Good.
Can I lift the...
And we're going to be obviously going straight ahead towards that kind of point that we headed to last time, which will be good.
Flaps off, landing light off?
In a little bit, because we're only at a couple hundred feet above the ground at the moment, even though that's saying that's at sea level. So when they say it's about 800 is when we can kind of get our stuff up then, okay.
See, I have been reading that.
Good, very nice. No, it's good. Alright, so yeah, about now you can kind of get your fuel pump off, and then the landing light off. The other one, sorry.
Sorry.
So that one's on, and then landing light off, and then you can just slowly lower the flap. So you have to push the button in, and then just put it down, yeah.
Golf X-ray Charlie, departing for Western, going on route, many thanks for your help.
X-ray Charlie, 3 kilometres, thank you, good day.
Okay, so we'll aim for that point, and that's our kind of straight climb, and we'll climb up to around about 2,500, 3,000 feet, okay? Wow, it's a nice day up here now.
It's lush, isn't it?
It's much better than it was this morning.
Kemble information, helicopter Golf Charlie in the Lima uniform ready for lift and reposition to the southern cross. Golf Charlie, in the Lima uniform, roger, can lift, air taxi, cross runway 26 grass and hard to the south side. Ready to lift and cross 26 grass and 26 hard, helicopter Golf Lima uniform.
Kemble, this is Golf Yankee Alpha Kilo Bravo, rejoining from the west.
Yankee Alpha Kilo Bravo, roger, rejoin 26 left.
Yeah, let's climb up to 3,000 and then we'll level up at 3,000, okay?
Yeah.
That's 26 left, 998, Golf Kilo Bravo.
Roger, there's PA28 traffic departing Kemble bound westerly.
Many thanks, we're just over Tetbury now.
Roger. If you report then downwind, you got one ahead of you, he's midpoint.
Okay, I'll descend over Tetbury and join downwind. Many thanks, Kilo Bravo.
Kemble information, Golf Charlie Juliet Hotel Bravo, 4 miles west of Tetbury for rejoin.
Charlie Juliet Hotel Bravo, good afternoon, rejoin 26 left hand to QFE 998 hectopascals.
That seagull was I, wasn't it?
Sorry?
26 left,
seagull was
998
high.
overhead, join please, Golf Hotel Bravo.
Hotel Bravo, roger, report overhead.
Wilco, Golf Hotel Bravo.
You wouldn't want to hit one of them, would you?
No, I've hit 5 seagulls before in one time. It was in a tiny little 83, it completely fucked the aircraft.
Jesus.
Kemble information.
It was when we were coming into land on the landing flare, there was basically a flock that just went across us, and it was either we're going to come back up and risk kind of splatting them all, so I just kind of ploughed through them all, put it on the ground, and it was a very bloody dented mess at the end of it.
My brother, Roger, studies approved, the outside air plus 18, 26 left hand, Q&H is 1013, report ready to lift. 26 left, 1013, Wilco, Golf, my brother.
Golf X-ray Whiskey, we're clear of the ATZ now, we're going to change to Bristol on 125.65 and we'll see you in half an hour.
X-ray Whiskey, free call en route, Cotswold 1009.
1009 and free call en route, Golf X-ray Whiskey. Bristol radar, good afternoon, Golf Bravo Bravo X-ray Whiskey, requesting a basic.
Golf Bravo Bravo X-ray Whiskey, Bristol radar, good afternoon, 2 pounds message.
Golf Bravo Bravo X-ray Whiskey is a PA28 Kemble to Kemble, 2 persons on board, currently 10 nautical miles to the west of Kemble. We're going to proceed towards the estuary and then back to Kemble again, requesting a basic. Golf X-ray Whiskey.
X-ray Whiskey, thank you, basic service, Bristol QNH 1014.
Basic service and QNH is 1014, Golf X-ray Whiskey. Okay, good.
Golf X-ray Whiskey, what's your maximum planned altitude, please?
Maximum planned altitude will be 3,500 on 1014, Golf X-ray Whiskey.
Roger, thanks.
Bring the throttle back now to 24.
Yeah, that sounded good. Well, you want to climb up a little bit more first, unless you want to stay at kind of 2,800.
Sorry, what did you
Golf
want?
X-ray Whiskey for con security, squawk 5063.
Squawking 5063, Golf X-ray Whiskey. Hang on a second. Yeah, so when that large one's on the 0,
sorry,
that'll mean us as on 3,000. So you're nearly there.
I thought you said 2008.
No, sorry. So yeah, now you just slowly pitch down.
Traffic service,
That's it. And then you can kind of wait for the speed to rise a little. And then when you're ready, you can bring the power back. Yeah, a bit about now, that's fine. Keep a good look out that the nose isn't climbing or descending.
So 678.
Yeah, keep bringing the power back a little. That's it, keep a good look outside. And then you can make sure you're not climbing, so you need the nose down just a tad. That's perfect. And then you can trim off any pressure that you've got.
About there or a bit more?
And that's perfect, just where it is, that's lovely stuff. Have you got any pressure on the control column? So, yeah, he's not bad.
Not as such.
Yeah, it's not bad, yeah, good. Okay, so use the trim as necessary. And then we can kind of head over towards this kind of direction over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what I get you to do is I want you to initiate slow flight in the clean configuration, but would you rather me demonstrate it again, or do you remember from last time? Oh, head over that direction.
I think I'd rather you demonstrate it one
Okay,
more time.
so my control. So what I'll do is I'll take you the whole way through. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to do my Hazel check.
Yeah.
Okay, so height is 3,000 feet, which is sufficient to recover from anything that we're going to be doing today.
Yeah.
Okay, airframe is clean. Security, we've got all our latches, harnesses. There's a load of crap in the back, but we don't worry about that too much. Okay, engine gauges are green. We can get the fuel pump on. Carburetor heat, we'll give it a quick blast, which is fine. And then we'll do a lookout. So we're not particularly over any towns or cities.
Yeah.
All I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a 90-degree kind of turn to the left, and we'll have a look around underneath, below, above, and all around the aircraft, that there's no kind of gliders or other aircraft which may affect our flight.
Yeah.
And then we'll go back to our initial heading. Very smooth up here today.
Bristol approach,
nice.
Golf Juliet Tango. I'm just turning down wind for my
so
now.
now when I'm ready, I'm going to reduce the power.
Golf Juliet Tango, thank you. The wind
And
is
I'll
there,
choose
but here
maybe
is
about
west, so it's
1700
15
RPM,
knots.
something like that to start with.
Thanks for
Put a little bit of carburetor heat on. And all I'm doing is I'm just maintaining our height. Okay, so I'm obviously going to have a higher nose attitude than before. And I'll just cross-reference it with my altimeter, my vertical speed indicator that they're not moving. And we'll slowly start to see that the speed is decreasing, okay? You will notice that the engine has got a lot quieter, the vibrations have reduced, and it's all...
Whiskey New QNH 1015.
1015, Golf X-ray whiskey.
Uniform, New QNH
Okay,
1015.
now, when the speed's kind of around about 50 knots, 60 knots, I might need to add a little bit more power in order to maintain altitude.
Uniform, New QNH
If you hear the stall, that's fine, you're right on the edge of slow flight.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Uniform,
Now, I've descended about 80 feet, so just add a little bit of power. Again, I'm keeping a good visual.
Thanks very much.
Now, you can either pick a visual reference above, such as a cloud or, you know, something up in the sky which isn't going to move too quickly, or use your DI and 330, okay? So all I'm doing, nice and sloppy control, so very small, minute movements.
Yeah.
Now, if I start to see my speed is a little bit too slow, what I have to do is I have to pitch down in order to increase the speed. But if my altitude starts to decrease, I want to increase my power in order to maintain that, okay? If they're both going down, then obviously you need a little bit of power and a little bit of pitch down. And you basically play with the power and the pitch in order to maintain straight and level. Now the recovery is just simply full power, nice and slowly. Carburetor heat comes off, and I just slowly lower the nose as the speed increases to stop us climbing too much. And we maintain 3,000. Trim it off as I go. Speed is stable. And again, I'll just reduce the power so you can take it. Okay, your control. I'll let you go through it without me speaking for a little while.
Okay.
So you get a little bit of silence. Alright.
Tango Papa 1, 500 QPOB.
Yeah.
Airborne private
So if you go through the whole lot, the Hazel check and everything, I'll just turn these down a little.
At 1600 feet, tracking west to private site in Wales. Request a basic service.
That was loud. Height is fine.
Roger, not above 1,500 feet underneath the airspace. Bristol QNH 1015.
You're looking at the flaps.
Just the flaps here, so I'm just checking the flaps are down, okay?
So that's, yeah, airframe.
Tango Papa 1, Squawk 50.
Safety, seatbelts.
Yeah, all
Stuff
good.
in the back.
Yep,
And engine is fuel pump on.
yep. Sorry, that's off now, so it was left on for a moment, but that's fine.
So fuel pump
Is on, yep,
check the temperatures and pressures.
good.
Carb heat, do you want to just check it? Or
No, what we'll do is when we start to reduce the RPM, we can put a bit of carb heat on, but for the moment it's fine. We're
Okay.
giving it a blast, okay?
Okay, so that's that.
So we just do a nice little look
out. We're not over anything. And then left or right turn.
Up to you, mate.
Tango Papa 1, remain outside of the control zone please at Bristol, quite busy at the moment, and caution Ashton Court, which is just southwest of the Clifton Suspension Bridge. There is Jet Ranger activity operating there from the festival site.
So you just go around 90.
And then we can come
And
back
then come
90 in
back
this
right.
direction. So we're just having, we check above, below, all the way around that there's kind of, you know, there's nothing that's going to affect us, because obviously during these manoeuvres we may change altitude and direction, so we're just checking, okay?
at 6-7 if needed. The Cotswold regional setting.
That's fine. Okay. Nice, good clearing check. That's lovely. Okay.
1009, I still 67.
Okay. And then Carby on, reduce the power, yeah?
Yeah, that's fine, yeah.
Golf X-ray uniform, if you'd like that as well. The Cotswold regional pressure setting is 1009.
Roger, 1009, thanks. I can go en route now to Gloucester, 12855.
Golf X-ray uniform, thank you. Continue en route. Bye-bye to you.
Bye-bye, thanks.
So if you're putting back quite hard, just use the trim wheel just to ease off some of that pressure, because you're going to have quite a high nose attitude that you need to maintain.
Yep.
So yeah, keep the nose back just a little. That's it. Now, what you're doing is keeping a good eye on your speed and your altitude, and you may need to add a little bit of power.
Transfer to them.
But keep the nose up, don't let it drop.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Free call 124.275, rise radar to 67. Bye-bye.
124.275, thanks sir. Bye-bye then.
Yeah, you're just sending a little bit, so you want to add a little bit of power, and just keep that nose up, and that will stop that rate of descent. That's it.
Chuckle 16, traffic Q's 500, going to pass Clifton Suspension Bridge, northwest bound, 15.
A little bit more power might help.
Copy, thank you. Looking Chuckle 16.
So you're on the bottom end of the drag curve at the moment, where it's very slow, but it's generating a lot of drag. Okay, so when you're stable and you're ready straight in level, if you want to give me a very, very shallow turn, so very little bank at all, using the rudders to coordinate, just a little turn to the right, and we'll do a 180-degree turn to the right, okay?
Do you want me to take out the 3000 first?
No, he's fine where he is, 100 feet, plus or minus is fine, so yeah.
Just reduce the throttle a bit?
Okay, yep, in your own time, whenever you're ready. So very shallow, like maximum kind of 15 degrees of bank we want at this kind of speed, okay?
Tango Papa 1, traffic that has you in sight is a Jet Ranger on your left side.
Tango Papa 1, visual.
Yeah, you can feel it, alright?
Yeah. So as we increase the bank angle, obviously the tendency of the aircraft to stall at a higher speed increases, so we need to be very careful on the amount of bank angle we use.
This is about right,
David. Whiskey, keep a very good lookout, please. Traffic above you and similar level to the north of you as well.
Visual traffic high, Golf X-ray Whiskey. Okay, so roll out on this heading.
Tango Papa 1, what was your area of...
now, recover from that.
Pass it on to Cardiff.
A private site near Neath, Tango Papa 1.
Near Neath, okay, thanks.
So can't be off as well.
Sorry.
That's alright.
Tango Papa 1, if you wish, you can climb not above altitude 4,000 feet now, VFR.
Tango Papa 1, roger, thank you sir. We've got a headwind, so we'll stay low.
Roger.
Just wait for the speed to come up a bit more,
that's fine, good. Good stuff. Okay, what I'm going to do is going to demonstrate it to you again, but in the configuration of landing flaps, okay? And then I'm going to get you, because we did it last time with flaps to 2 degrees and 1 degree, so we're just going to do it full up 3 degrees of flaps, okay? So my control.
Okay.
So what I'll do is I'll make sure the speed's inside the white arc, reduce the power, and I'm going to put 1 stage of flapping. Okay, you get that ballooning sensation, so I instantly need to kind of pitch a little bit nose down, but then the drag's going to increase, so then I need to change my pitch again. I'll go through this in a little bit more detail on the ground. I'm going to get a 2nd stage of flaps. And we're going to go for the 3rd. Okay. Now, it's very important to do all of this in your own time. There's no rush to get any of the flaps in to reduce the power. It's all up to you to kind of reduce your power when you're ready and with the flaps, okay? Especially on the test itself, you know, take your time, and it's all up to you. Now, you see we got a much lower nose attitude than we had before. That's purely because of the flaps and how it affects our lift. And we can bring the aircraft right down to kind of about 50 knots, and that'll be quite happy. So again, speed's going to decrease. Now as we get kind of towards our speed that we're aiming for on the altitude, I'm going to have to increase the power a lot more than I did for the last one.
Right.
Now the reason behind that is when you've got flaps all the way up, we've got an increased amount of lift, but we've also got an awful lot of drag. So in order to compensate the drag, we're going to have quite a lot behind us here. I've got about 2000 RPM, and it's still kind of got a slight kind of descent at about 50 knots, but that's how it is. And then again, when we're doing the turns, just ever so slightly like that. And now I showed recovery, so it's full power. Car beat comes off, and immediately I get rid of the drag flap. Okay, when the speed is above 60 knots, I can get rid of one more stage.
Question, Tango Papa 1,
speed is stable.
Now,
so
flaps are clean.
10 knots, really.
Yeah, basically you want to get rid of the drag flap straight away because that's really kind of hindering your performance, and then after that it's kind of waiting for the aircraft to be stable, the speed is above 60 knots, and then you can kind of get rid of the rest. Okay, your control, mate.
Okay.
And if you want to give us kind of a 180, and we'll head back that direction. Yeah, to the right, we'll do a nice 180, good stuff. Nice and steady on the old back. Okay. And we'll point ourselves kind of towards the river bend again. That's quite a nice heading for you to hold.
Shall I reduce the power?
Yeah, reduce the power a little bit, that's fine. Okay, so that heading's fine. That'll be good. And then when you're ready, you can initiate slow flight in the landing configuration, okay?
So, fuel pump on.
Yeah.
First flap in it, or is it reduced power?
You reduce your power first a little bit, and then you can get your stage of flap. And when you're inside this white arc here, the VFE arc,
right.
Flap extension, so now you can get one stage of flap up, yeah? Feel that aircraft climbing, there you go, good. So everything's stable, and then you get your next stage in whenever you're ready.
And where were I at these 2000 RPM?
It's okay for now, yeah. I mean, you might need to reduce it initially just to slow it down and then increase it again when the drag kicks in. But yeah.
You're happy with this?
You might
RPM?
need the nose up just a tad. And then what we'll do is, because we'll see what happens when the nose is up, because you're descending a little bit. So the nose just up a tiny bit. That should reduce your speed.
Right.
And then you can play with the power for your altitude in a second. Okay, so you're still descending a little bit. I'd add a little bit of power. So a little bit more. And then that should hopefully maintain it. And if you still see that you're descending, add a little bit more power. And then you play with the pitch for your speed and the power for your height. Okay? Very nice. That's it, perfect.
Sorry,
It's alright. Okay, and let's do a nice little kind of turn to the left. Let's go 180. A very shallow back angle, that's nice. That's it, and roll the wings level. Okay, and let's recover. That's already off, that's fine.
Sorry, mate, I should have
No problem at all. Okay, so get rid of the drag flap straight away. That's it. Waiting for speed to stabilise above 60. And then get rid of the next stage. Okay.
Get rid of the rest one?
Yeah, that's fine. Good stuff, mate. Very nice. And if you level us off and trim us out, and then I'll show you the stall in the clean configuration, and then we'll go through one after the other, and we'll do each in turn, okay? Right, yeah, if you get us nicely set up in the cruise, and trim us out, that'd be great. Wind trim?
Yeah, that ain't too bad actually.
Cool. Alright. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to slowly reduce the power to idle, putting on the carburetor heat at the same time. And all I want to do is maintain my altitude and my direction. So I'm going to lose pretty much all visual references outside because the nose is going to be very high. What I'll hear is a stall warner sound, still pitching back the aircraft towards me, but I'm not using so much of the ailerons to keep us straight when the stall warner's on. I just use a little bit of the rudder just to maintain. Now very, very small movements because we don't want to get a wing drop, okay? Then once we kind of get the stall on, after that will be the slight buffet, so you hear that, and then the nose will drop. Once the nose is dropped, I simultaneously push the nose of the aircraft down, okay, like so. Then I use a little bit of right rudder and full power, okay, so which brings us back down to 3,000.
And we request basic service.
Exam 58, roger, basic service, Bristol QNH 1015.
So let's say we're at 3,000 feet, just slowly start to pitch back, maintaining my direction. You can either use a cloud or using the DI. I prefer to use a cloud personally because it keeps your eyes looking out. Got one hand on the power, there's the stall warner, keep pulling back, keep pulling back.
Bristol radar, Lectures 15, good afternoon.
And there's the stall. Okay, so simultaneously pitch down,
Bristol, good afternoon.
just slightly below the horizon, full power. Right, rudder, stall is stopped, ease out of the dive a little bit, waiting for speed to be stable, and then I can recover back up to my normal altitude. Okay? Alright, your control, when you're ready.
Service initially remain outside controlled airspace, QNH is 1015, information hotel runway 27.
And let's swing a right hand turn as well, just to keep us in a nice little area. Should give you some more visual references.
271015, remain outside and cover the gliders 15.
Actually 15, and give me a quick nudge as you approach 2-3 miles to the southwest of Cheddar, please.
Lectures 15 will do.
Okay, that's fine, yeah, that'll be good. Okay, so when you're ready, I'll let you. I'll just put your car beat on for you. I'll do the car beat because in a real life scenario we'll be doing that. Okay. So when you're ready. There's the stall. Okay, not so much nose now.
Oh, Jesus.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay, full power.
Yeah. Sorry, mate. It's just the stall took me by surprise. wakey. Jesus.
You okay?
Yeah.
Good, okay.
Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. Okay, so next time it's just a little bit nose down.
Back.
And then as full power, as your speed is stable, then you can kind of shallow out. But it's literally just putting it down below the horizon. Okay, we'll have one more go at that in this direction, okay? Cool.
Jesus.
Put us into a bit of a zero gravity then. You can feel the bags going up.
02 with hotel.
Lectures 02, Bristol radar, good afternoon.
Yeah, okay, let's go for it.
DC 135, 2 on board, out of Western Headcorn, inbound. Belgium this time.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go. Car beats on.
Squawk 036, and we are airframe Alpha.
Roger, electricity 02, remain outside controlled airspace, and QNH 1015, runway 27 in use.
1015, 27 in use.
Yeah, no, just as you did before, it was perfect to enter the storm. That was it. Okay, slightly down, full power.
02, are you routing towards Tube Battle Lake, or are you going up towards
Excellent.
Bridge?
Now it needs to be a little bit quicker than that, so it's like nose down, but to that point, holding it there, and then the power on a little bit quicker. But that was very nice. Good. Okay. Good bit of fun.
158, Roger.
Alright, you want to have one more go at that?
Yeah.
Go on then. Let's have one more go. And whenever you're ready, let's go for it. Okay, I'll get your car beat again for you. Just get yourself all nice and stabilised, there's no rush. Like I said, with all these manoeuvres, you need to take your time, and whenever you're happy, you're in control of the aircraft as well, when you can start it up. Yeah, let's go.
Victor Echo requesting a basic service.
Golf Bravo Sierra Victor Echo, Bristol radar, Squawk 5065, pass your details.
5065 standby, Golf Victor Echo, an Emerald aircraft from Shobden into Hales and gliding clear presently. We are about 5 miles to the southeast of, I beg your pardon, 2,000 feet, 1015, routing by Cleveland and Western and through Cheddar onto Hales.
Roger, basic service you have, Bristol QNH 1015. Do you wish to enter control and remain outside?
Absolutely perfect.
If it's available, we'd like to route through toward airspace direct to Hales.
So yeah, speed is stable, start to climb back up.
Remain outside.
Lovely stuff.
Port,
okay, climb us back up to 3,000, level us off, and then give us a kind of a 180-degree turn, and then you can do another kind of hazel check for us. It's about time we did one of them. And then I'll show you in the stage 2 of flaps, okay?
Bristol Tower 133.850 for joining instructions.
133.850, bye.
Electricity 02, is that you just coming up to Bourne Spa?
Papa Foxtrot for a basic service.
Electricity 02, is that you just coming up towards Bar?
Okay, so reduce the power a little bit. That's fine. Get us all trimmed out and then give us a 180 whenever you're ready.
Instructions.
133 to 95.
Yeah, we're doing a nice 180 to the left.
Papa Foxtrot calling Bristol.
Hey, for a basic service, please.
You okay?
Yeah.
Shake you up a little bit?
Squawk 50.
Yeah, I'm just embarrassed.
You shouldn't be embarrassed. No.
PHS Tomahawk from Compton Abbas to Kemble. We're just going to go a bit of a past Salesland on the way, then route down.
It's quite a natural reaction with the aircraft like that to kind of, actually it's basically quite an unnatural reaction, I guess, to kind of push it down.
I think I was concentrating so much on rudder stall and all that.
Yeah. No, it's fine. The last 3 was spot on, very nice. Okay, that'll do. Roll like that. Alright, now on the next one, all we do is I'm going to show you the one with flaps to 2 degrees, and it's basically your turn where you're turning from base leg to final. Okay, so all I do is as soon as I hear the stall warner, okay, I basically put it into stall whilst I'm turning. So doing a very slight turn, and then I bring the stall on. But as soon as I hear the stall warner, I recover. So as soon as you hear you full power and you pitch the nose down, and then when the speed is stable, you bring wings level. Okay, then you slowly ease out the dive, and then you drop your flaps as necessary, as we have done before. Okay, so I'll show you that one. All right, so my control. So I'll bring the power back a little. So speed is in the white arc. One stage of flap.
Golf Victor Echo, cross-controlled airspace, remaining west of the M5, not above altitude.
So what I do is I start to kind of turn. It doesn't matter if you descend or climb on this one as well. I just want a kind of nice turn, and we're trying to bring on the stall. So I've got power to idle.
Not above 2,000 feet, I'm assuming.
Thanks, sir.
Just a nice steady turn. So put the nose down.
As soon as you hear it.
Put a bit of right rudder. Speed is stable. Wings level.
Yep.
Speed is again stable. Nose slightly above the horizon. I'm going to drop 1 stage of flap.
Yeah.
Still stable, speed is okay. Drop the second stage of flap, carby off. So as soon as you hear that storm warner, because it's a critical stage of flight when you got flaps to and you're that close to the ground is basically what it's simulating. So you don't want to keep bringing it on. So it's basically as soon as you hear it, boop, then you recover.
Level up, recover.
Yeah. So you just nose down a little bit like you did before. Don't bring the wings level until speed is stable. So it's just as you're turning like that, you just push it forward just a little bit like you did before, and then full power, and that'll give you recovery. Okay, your control, and whenever you're ready, you can have a go at that.
Information Hotel 1015, overhead.
We're going to have to turn a little bit because we're going to approach on Gloucestershire by the looks of
Charlie Juliet November, Bristol radar, squawk 5067, and pass the rest of the details.
Yeah, just point us heading down the river a little bit so we're not Gloucester's ILS. Yeah, that'd be good, yeah.
Pier 28 out of Kemble, inbound to Bristol, VFR, presently 2,300 feet on 1015.
Roger, you inbound to Avon Bridge.
By the crew, this is Bridge, Golf, do you remember?
Roger, remain outside controlled airspace, runway 27, use QNH, use 1015. Report passing a beam of Thornbury.
Remember, control airspace, runway 27, 1015, Wilco, Golf, do you remember?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yep. So whenever you're ready, you can start initiating, but make sure you're all comfortable and ready first. Okay.
Okay, so carby on, yeah?
Yep. So yeah, you're not quite auto yet. You can kind of leave a bit of power on whilst you get your flaps in if you like. So yeah.
Aircraft on a listening watch, 8 mile final, road traffic, jet traffic on the ILS, runway 27, 1,000 feet above you.
Next stage?
Yeah. Good stuff. So now you can slowly start like a gentle turn, very gentle turn, and then you just want to bring the power back to idle and kind of pitch back just a little bit.
Bristol radar, good afternoon. Golf Charlie Golf, November Charlie, request a basic service.
And you'll need quite a bit of right rudder on this one when you recover, okay? That's it. Yeah, keep pitching back just a little.
Say again the squawk, Golf Charlie Golf, November Charlie.
5067.
5067 Golf November Charlie. Gyroplane MCO Sport, departure point to Salford, returning to Salford.
Pitch back a little.
General handling in the area.
There you go.
Currently above
full bow, nose down.
Keynsham at 1,300 feet on the QNH.
Okay, so what you did then is you just put wings level straight away. It needs to be wings as they are, straight forward. Okay, like you're kind of going like that. Not in a jerky motion, but just nice and smoothly forward and full power simultaneously. And then when your speed is stable, then you bring wings level, and then flaps as necessary. Okay, cool. Now we'll do one more crack at that one, and then we'll do a go on the final approach. Okay, and then it's going to be our time is up, I'm afraid.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Going anywhere near Ashton Court, they are.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, give us a nice little turn, then it's back down the river again.
Flight tonight.
Not intending to go over that side, Golf November Charlie.
Actually, you can just do it now because you'll turn in your stall anyway. So yeah, just reduce power now. That's fine. We're a little way away from you.
To below 1,500 feet, and then just go underneath the western stub rather than go to the west of the motorway 2,000 feet.
Good stuff. Copy on.
Onward clearance and maintain VFR below control airspace.
Roger, would you prefer to go through the overhead?
I guess that's about all. That would help a lot. Thank you.
Roger, then report approaching north of Clevedon to expect to go through the overhead.
Okay, well, thanks so much. We report just south of Clevedon. Thank you, Golf.
Gentle turn, not quite so much. That's it. So, nose down, full bow. Again, kind of the same as remember, nose down, full bow, a little bit of right rudder. Speed is stable, one stage down. Yep. And again, speed is stable, one stage down. Okay, give us a little turn to the left and climb us up to 3,000. That's fine. I'm gonna write that down for you, and you're gonna drill that into your head before the next flight. Okay. Cool. Right, I'm going to show you one on final approach, okay?
Golf Victor, I could be advised there is a EC-35 helicopter on the ground at Clevedon as you pass by there.
Sorry? Just kind of head down, kind of just left of the river, something like that, that's fine. That gives us plenty of room to kind of do our maneuver. Just to the left of the river, yeah, that's fine.
Thanks for the help, Golf Victor.
Okay, alright, my control. I'll show you. So this is basically simulating when we come in on our final approach. Okay, so what I'm doing, slowing it down, speed check. One stage of flap.
Contact Bristol Tower 133.850 for armour clearance.
2 stages.
133.850, Golf November.
And flaps to landing. Now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring power back to idle. And I can have a little descent. I'm generally not that fast. And then once I've had a little descent, I'll start to pitch back. Okay? Just watching the speed drop off. As the speed drops off, as soon as I hit a stall warner, it's nose down, full power. Drop the drag flap straight away. Waiting for speed to be above 60, which it is. One stage down, stop our rate of descent.
To Hales on frequency 129.
Speed above 80.
Just for a couple of minutes before I come back to you.
Flaps up.
Hey, they are
Okay.
open.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sorted.
Okay.
Alright, your control.
Okay. Right, just stay on this heading.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is it up to 3,000 feet, or are we?
Yeah,
right?
it's okay. You can start it now. That's not a problem. And then after this one, we may have 1 or 2 on this, and then we'll have to head back, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Speed above 60, drop the next one. And we're good. That was spot on, mate. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Okay, one more quickly like that. So we set ourselves up and then we'll do one more and then we'll have to head back. We've got time for one more.
Bristol Golf Bravo Papa Foxtrot, just back on frequency.
Golf Papa Foxtrot, Roger.
We're about to turn northeast now once we get out of the climb out of Halesden. We'll drop below your airspace to Bath. Golf Papa Foxtrot.
Roger.
Nose down just a little bit more. Drop the drag flap. Good stuff indeed. Very nice. Alright, let's head back.
Okay.
You know where home is?
Them buildings over there.
That kind of direction, yeah, perfect, cool. So we'll just make sure we don't go overhead that kind of gliding site which is just down there. Can you see it? Just there, just off the wing. At about 10 o'clock low.
Right.
See where all the trees are?
Yeah.
And then there's that grass bit in the middle.
Yeah.
That's basically the gliding site. So we don't go overhead now, we just make sure we kind of head straight back for Kemble. And that'll be perfect. And then, yeah, maintain about 3,000 is good. Very nice. Now turn your fuel pump off for you, mate.
Sorry,
there
yeah.
you go. No, no problem at all. See, you can see Kemble, yeah, with all the kind of white aircraft on it.
Yeah, Kemble, but is that the gliding path there?
There's one just no, a little bit lower, so at about kind of 11 o'clock low. It looks kind of like a cricket pitch from here.
You obviously
the green one going
that looks like a field.
It's fine, but yeah, just know that one's a little gliding site down there, Nimpsfield. But yeah, the way we're heading is taking us pretty much directly back to Kemble. We might have to kind of direct off a little bit to the right, just keep an eye out for Ashton down, and that'll be fine, yeah. Yeah, maybe take us in a little bit to the right, and then we'll cut back into the left once we clear all them stuff. That's perfect. So get it nicely trimmed down. So keep a constant picture. Have you kind of like your 3 fingers, hold it there. Power's set, so hold it there and then trim off any pressure, but don't take your eyes from outside the cockpit, don't let it move, and then just trim off any pressure you've got now, but don't let it move, keep your eyes on the outside. So it's climbing a little bit for me, so yeah, hold it down, and that's it. So now you just fly along maintaining that picture, cross-reference it, we're still a little bit high, so you just adjust by kind of half a degree nose down, and that's perfect, okay?
Yeah.
That's it. That's all there is to straighten level, is basically taking a mental image, keep looking outside, don't let it change, and then making sure your power settings are actually trim off any pressure you've got, cross-reference it, but make sure all the time you're kind of only flicking your eyes in momentarily, okay?
Yeah, and then any small adjustments you can do. Any
small adjustments you can do, exactly, yeah.
I see.
Good. Golf X-ray Whiskey, we're going to change it back to Kemble now on 118.9, thank you.
Golf X-ray Whiskey, Roger, Squawk 7000, bye-bye.
Squawk 7000, goodbye. Kemble information, hello again, Golf Bravo X-ray Whiskey is with you.
Golf Bravo X-ray Whiskey, good afternoon, that's your message.
Golf Bravo X-ray Whiskey, PA28 Kemble to Kemble, 2 persons on board. Currently about 12 nautical miles to the west, 3,000 feet on 1015, requesting overhead join.
Golf X-ray Whiskey, Roger, report overhead, 26 left hand, QFE is 998 hectopascals.
QFE 998 hectopascals, runway in use is 26 left, we'll call you overhead, Golf X-ray Whiskey. Cool. So yeah, that's Kemble just kind of over there, so we can kind of head directly towards it now.
Yeah.
Have you got Ashton down in sight, just kind of over there? So we just make sure we're well clear of them, and that's fine. And
that's with the white buildings there, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Well, just up from the white buildings, yeah. Very nice. How did you find your stalling in slow flight?
Well, apart from the first one when we thought we'd do a kamikaze dive right into the ground.
That was a good bit of fun. Yeah.
That was a wakey moment. Yeah, it's just, you like everything else, just got to get into my head and then just practice it.
Good.
I mean, I don't have no problem with it, it's just putting it into sequence.
Yeah, I mean, the other one is, all it is just write down on a piece of paper the flow of it, and just read it every now and then when you can, and then it gets drummed into your head after a while, so
yeah. Am I going left of the airport, right?
We'll go a little bit to the right, because what we're going to do is we've got a 26 left in hand, so we're going to come over this side, cross over at the other end of the runway, and then descend on the dead side and cross back over, okay?
And stay at 2005?
We can make a slow descent down to about 2000. So I mean, just reduce the power just a tiny bit, but just put the nose down a little bit just to descend us down. Do kind of a cruise descent.
God help me when I get in something responsive.
Oh yeah.
Okay here?
Yeah, perfect. Very nice.
Is there a, how far away from that runway do you join, or does it matter when you're going on when you're joining?
We're doing an overhead join, so generally you kind of fly overhead, and then because we're using 26 left hand, the traffic pattern is to the right of us now. Okay.
Yep.
So what we do is we kind of fly overhead no lower than 2000, then we go to the end of the runway and we cross over. Okay.
But is
then
there a set distance you've got to be away from the runway, David, or?
Well, now?
Yeah.
No,
right.
not at the moment, because we're coming overhead, so we're flying overhead.
See.
Normally, when you're in the circuit pattern, there's visual reference points here, but you want to be about 1.5 nautical miles away from the runway. But when we get into the circuits, I'll kind of explain all that to you. But at the moment, it's not a problem. We're just kind of heading towards the runway, turning left, descending when we've kind of done a 180 left, and then we cross back over to another kind of 90 degree, and then that's fine, yeah. So I'll get our fuel pump and landing light on. And can you do me a favour and just change over to the right tank for me, mate?
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. Fuel pressure's holding good. Okay.
Helicopter Golf, Lima Form, downwind for the Southern Cross.
Lima Form, port final.
Port final, Golf Lima Form.
Golf X-ray Whiskey entering the overhead.
X-ray Whiskey, roger, port crosswind.
Crew crosswind, Golf X-ray Whiskey.
I'll tell you what we need to do as well. A couple of times, whether we miles an hour or kilometres an hour, Jesus, made my head spin.
Yes, it's not the most ideal design for sure.
You know.
Yes, I agree. Generally, I talk in knots other than kind of on rotation. You kind of want and landing. I normally use the miles per hour just because it's the larger one. But yeah, are we at the end of the runway yet?
I'm coming up to 26 now. It's just
okay. Yeah.
Just
when you're at the end of the runway, just give us a left-hand turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, sort of like my left tip wing is at the.
Yeah, that's fine. So what you can do is you can reduce the power a little bit now. Down to about like 1500, something like that. And we'll just start kind of a gradual descent down to 1000.
When do you just carry on going?
Yeah, in a second. We'll go straight for a second, and now about now you can start the turn, which is fine. And yeah, what you want to do is you want to bring us down to about 1000 feet and level us off at 1000 feet. Okay. So a little bit more to the right. Okay, so yeah, add in a little bit of power just to level us off, pitch back just a little bit, and then we can swing us around to the end of the runway, that's it. Golf X-ray Whiskey, can I get a wind check?
I got 23013.
Thank you. Okay, let's spin around to the left.
Stay at 1000.
Yeah, so a little bit more power, about 2400 RPM. And pitch back just a little bit because we're still descending there. Right, this time I'm going to give you a demonstration of how a final approach and landing should be. Okay?
Yep.
And then next time you're doing the landing.
Okay.
So yeah, about now you can start to kind of turn to the left a little bit. Golf X-ray Whiskey is crosswind, turning downwind, 26 left to land.
X-ray Whiskey, port final to land.
We'll go Golf X-ray Whiskey.
And you maintain 1000 feet, yeah?
Yeah, maintain 1000 feet. Okay. That's good, and then we just kind of fly parallel with the runway, so a little bit to the right. That's perfect. Now, when we get kind of towards the end of the runway, we can put one stage of flapping. So when you're ready, you get one stage of flapping. And that's it. Okay, now I'll take control for a second and I'll show you how it's done. Alright, so if you just kind of watch and monitor, and this is what I kind of expect over the next couple of lessons. So, all I'm doing is I'm reducing my power a little bit. I'm going to put the car beat on, and I'm just watching out for the runway, looking out for all our visual reference points, and I'm going to leave flaps to one stage for the moment. I'm looking out for that railway line. And I start to turn just a little bit before, but to avoid that town of Tetbury. Now, a good RPM setting when I turn onto this base leg is about 1500 RPM.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll give you a reasonable rate of descent, and we're looking for kind of about 80 miles per hour now.
Yeah.
Okay, is what I want. Okay. Now, once my wings are level, I head towards this kind of tree bush thing just to the right hand side so I don't infringe the noise abatement, okay? Now, finding myself a little bit high, about 800 feet. I'd rather be about 600 feet here, so I just reduce my power a little bit more as I need to, okay? Good check on final approach, nothing coming, nothing on the runway. And then when I'm ready, I start my turn onto final. Golf X-ray Whiskey, final 26 left to land.
X-ray Whiskey 26, land your discretion 25015.
My discretion, Golf X-ray Whiskey. So, making sure we're kind of pointing down towards the runway. Get my last stage and flapping. We got a fair bit of wind, but it's mainly headwind, so it's okay. And all I'm doing is just, I use the approach of having a constant in my window, okay? So I've got 2.6 kind of pointing there.
Yep.
If it starts to be that I'm above it, I just reduce my power a little bit. If I'm below, I increase my power. And I'm always trying to maintain about 75 to 80 miles an hour all the way down, okay?
Yeah.
Now, as I enter something called ground effect, okay, which is basically here. So the aircraft's kind of got a little bit of a cushion, and if I reduce the power to idle now, it should just touch down if I can keep holding the flare back. And you see we've still got a nice little wheelie, and now it touches, okay, and that's kind of exactly how I want you to do it. Nice, kind of controlled into ground effect, making sure we're there. You hold it in position, then you get the power down to idle, okay?
Yeah.
Cool, okay. Right, your control, so nice steady taxi from you. Golf X-ray Whiskey requesting taxi to the grass apron.
X-ray Whiskey, Roger, vacate right to Bravo, continue tower apron.
Right to Bravo, and then continue to the grass apron. Thank you, Golf X-ray Whiskey. Okay, so now these yellow lines that you will see in a minute, we're going to come off onto the right. Now these are used for exiting the runway, not for entering. So what we do is we maintain that, make sure we're nice and kind of slow on the speed, and then we'll come off, and I'll just do your after landing checks for you, okay? Yeah, that one there, just to your right, Bravo. And we'll follow that one round to the right.
And then when we get past this line,
We'll come around to the right. So okay, I've already done your checks for you. Normally you would kind of get going with the checks, but yeah. So just follow it around to the right, and we'll park it up basically where we found it, up on the grass apron. Yeah, that's the best place to leave it.
Kemble information, Golf Charlie, Oscar Sierra Foxtrot, ready for taxi for departure to Coventry.
which was down that way.
Yeah, just down this way. Lovely.
Golf to Oscar Sierra Fox, Kemble, good afternoon. Strength 5, runway 26 left hand in use, QNH 1013.
Runway 26 left hand, QNH 1013.
Golf Sierra Fox, V180 to your left, follow Golf and Alpha to Alpha 1, report checks complete.
Follow Golf, Alpha,
Yeah,
Alpha
you're
1,
clear.
report Alpha 1, run checks complete, Golf Sierra Foxtrot.
All stations, Kemble information, Kemble Aerodrome is now not available to aircraft requiring a licensed runway. Kemble aim.
So now this is when it becomes our airfield and we can do what we like. Which is normally quite a nice time to fly, to be honest. So.
From the west, joining crosswind.
Mr. Kilo Roger, you joining downwind or crosswind?
Call Whiskey Kilo, join crosswind.
Mr. Kilo Roger, 26 left hand, QFE 998 hectopascals.
QFE 998, 26 left hand, call Whiskey Kilo. Kemble information, Golf Bravo, Papa Foxtrot.
Golf Papa Fox, Kemble.
Got about 8 to run now inbound from Compton. We've got 99826 left, and presumably you're going off the radio now?
Negative, just staying on as there's a Spitfire display shortly at Crudwell.
Okay, in that case, we'll join overhead and report overhead if that's okay with you, Papa Fox.
Papa Fox, roger.
Point in what direction? Same as the others?
Yeah, we'll kind of come forward a little bit and then we'll swing it in and put it next to that. Well, we're kind of in the middle of these lot over here, so yeah, keep coming forward a little bit. And then yeah, start to swing it into the left now. Yeah, and then just kind of swing it left, that'll be fine. Good stuff. Okay. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, when you're ready with the shutdown checks.
Flaps up, carburetor heat off, throttle friction loose, fuel pump off.
Yeah, sorry, I've already done all of them. So yeah, I've done the up to landing. If you just want to go to the closing down check, that'd be great.
Brake.
Good.
Throttle 1200, magnetos check. Radio's intercom off.
Yep, so that's off. This one then is quite tricky to get off. Then you got the top one off, and then that one off, yeah. Good, cool.
Throttle off, mixture off, yeah?
Yeah. Now the best way to do it from now is if you just kind of start from here and you just go off,